Another 25 Star Wars EU books read. It's that time of the year where I look back and see which books weren't the greatest and which were. But today will be the which weren't the greatest. For the record, I read 3 Tales books: Tales of the Bounty Hunter, Jabba's Palace, and Tales of the Empire, Shadows of the Empire, Return of the Jedi novelization, the Bounty Hunter Wars trilogy, the Mandalorian Armor, Truce at Bakura, Luke Skywalker in the Shadow of Mindor, the X-Wing series, Rogue Squadron, Wedge's Gamble, the Kratos Trap, Back to War, Wraith Squadron, Iron Fist, Solo Command, Isard's Revenge, Courtship of Princess Leia, Tatooine Ghost, the Thrawn trilogy, the Jedi Academy trilogy, and I, Jedi. Here are books that I didn't finish or didn't read. Books 2 and 3 of the Bounty Hunter Wars trilogy. I didn't read them, but I did listen to them on Audible, so I will count them. They will count for either list. Tales of the New Republic, I read like 7 or 8 of the stories, so I will count that, but the stories I didn't read are being ignored. And now, what's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and welcome to another video. Today's video is the 10 worst Star Wars EU books that I read in 2024. If you like these videos, then please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell for next week, where I will do the 10 best EU books that I read this year. So look forward to that. There might be some light spoilers for any books on the list, so consider that your warning. They're not going to be heavy spoilers. I don't go into immense detail about the plots of any of these books. Without further ado, on to the list. Number 10, Tales from Jabba's Palace, edited by Kevin J. Anderson, released in 1996 by Bantam Spectra. This collection of short stories is a mixed bag, some good, some meh, and some bad. Unfortunately, most were not good. The best is Boba Fett's story and the Fat Dancer, the Escagian, that dancer. Her story was good. This is better than the Disney canon books from a certain point of view, but, that's not much of a compliment. There's a lot of EU stuff that isn't the greatest, but it's better than Disney canon. Number 9, Jedi Search by Kevin J. Anderson, released in 1994 by Bantam Spectra. The actual search of the Jedi in this book is great. Unfortunately, most of the Akbar stuff in this book doesn't revolve around... basically, the Jedi stuff is interesting, but, I feel like we're wasting so much time on New Republic stuff, or Akbar, what Akbar's doing, or Leia, blah, blah, blah. This is the least bad of the Jedi Academy trilogy. Number 8, The Courtship of Princess Leia by Dave Wolverton, released in 1994 by Bantam Spectra. The beginning is great. Then Han kidnaps Leia, which I feel like was out of character. It does pick up once all the characters are on Dathomir, but the taint of the kidnapping and all hangs over the rest of the book. Very disappointing. Number 7, Luke Skywalker in the Shadows of Mindor by Matthew Stover, released in 2008 by Del Rey. This book is another adventure just after Return of the Jedi. More stuff with Luke not looking for Jedi students or hidden repositories of ancient Jedi lore or looking for new students or any of that stuff. It's just his last adventure as a member of the Rebellion. He leaves his commission after this mission to focus on Jedi stuff, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like a necessary book. Number 6, Tales of the Empire, edited by Peter Schweihhofer and released in 1997 by Bantam Spectra. What is usually the case with short story collections or anthologies is they are a mixed bag. Sometimes the story is too short to tell a meaningful story, or the characters don't hook your attention. This collection has a few good stories, mostly by Zahn or Stackpole, a few mediocre stories, and the rest not very good. Number 5, Jedi Academy Book 2, Dark Apprentice by Kevin J. Anderson, released in 1994 by Bantam Spectra. Again, the Jedi stuff is the best part of this book, but there is far too much of what Leia and Akbar are doing, or, basically not the Jedi stuff. The villains are lackluster, apart from Exar Kun. Number 4, Jedi Academy Book 3, Champions of the Force by Kevin J. Anderson, released in 1994 by Bantam Spectra. Like the rest of the trilogy, the Jedi stuff is awesome. Lame villains, too much of the New Republic stuff, and Exar Kun is bested very quickly. Kind of anticlimactic. Not a great ending with the Death Star prototype and all that garbage that I just kind of rolled my eyes. Yeah, no thanks. Number 3, Tales of the New Republic, edited by Peter Schweihhofer and Craig Carey, released in 1999 by Bantam Spectra. I only read about 7 or 8 of these stories in this collection, and this ranking is for those. The stories, except for the stuff by Zahn and Stackpole, are bad. Not that great of a read. Number 2, The Bounty Hunter Wars, Book 1, The Mandalorian Armor by K.W. Jeter, released in 1998 by Bantam Spectra. This book was not fun to read. A boring slog that contradicted stuff from Tales of the Bounty Hunters, which I was found to be a superior story. Characterization felt off, plot didn't keep my attention, and last and certainly least, number 1, Bounty Hunter Wars, Books 2 and 3. Slave Ship and Hard Merchandise by K.W. Jeter, released in 1998 and 99 respectively, by Bantam Spectra. I'm combining these. When I listened to them, they were crap. There's a reason why I didn't continue this series. It's awful. And yeah, both of these books, like their predecessor, were boring and had a bad characterization. I don't regret skipping these books in my read-through of the EU. If you are curious to listen to all 3 of them, it's going to take you like 9 hours. So, yeah, and you'll get the gist of it, and you can, form a decision. Now, maybe you'll listen to them and you're like, there's enough there that I'm intrigued, so you go and read them. But probably not. I don't know. Well, that's the 10 worst, well, it's really 11, Star Wars books I read in 2024. Did you read any Star Wars books this year? Were there any bad ones you read? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. You can watch last year's top 10s on screen now if you would like. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time, thanks for watching.